Thank you so much. I want to recognize the dignitaries that are here representing the embassies. And I want to make special mention of the presence of Dalia and Alon, Sean's parents, of Racheli, of Tali's mother, of the Pessons, who are essentially Evie and Stewart's representatives here as well. All of you are true heroes. You know, in the Torah it says, Uvacharta b'chayim, choose life. You have taken the most tragic and difficult of circumstances, and you've carried a country on your shoulders. You've uplifted all of us with your grace and dignity, and the way you've taught us so much about your sons. And we thank you for choosing that path. To the leaders of the AACI, to the staff, thank you for all that you do for immigrants from America and from Canada, for all that you do to inspire more people to come and join us in the State of Israel. And thank you for the incredible consideration that you had in establishing this memorial and for arranging today's event. I also want to acknowledge all of the youth programs that are here. For me, to see the buses pulling up and see so many youth from around the world who have chosen to come to Israel for some period of time, maybe a longer period of time, and especially to notice that you're from so many different backgrounds. The challenge of our time is to break down these barriers, and the secret to our survival is our unity. So thank you for being here today as well. In January 1961, President John F. Kennedy stood on the steps of the United States Capitol, and in his inaugural address, he gave the charge, the famous charge, "Ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country." This is a brilliant call to action. A call which says that life is not about what we can take for our own personal gain, but life is about what we can give, what we can contribute, how we can leave the world knowing that we contributed towards making it better than it was when we arrived upon it. The history of the Jewish people is replete with men and women who understood this call to action. Men, women, older, younger. Heroes have arisen who reminded us that life is about more than my own wants and my pleasures, and that we are a people of destiny. But to be a people of destiny, we have to be willing to sacrifice to fulfill that destiny. Today we take the time to recognize 5 young men who have already joined that special list, and we add their memorial plaques, their names, to the AACI Memorial Forest. Sean Carmeli, David Menachem Gordon, and Max Steinberg. They made the inspiring decision to give up the fun and the pleasurable college years in the United States to serve in the Israel Defense Forces. And yes, they died during that service. The families of Naftali Frankel and Oren Simcha Noach made the decision to leave the comforts of life in North America, to join the Zionist dream and start new lives in our biblical ancestral homeland. And their sons were killed here. Oren in the IDF, and Naftali through the horrible act of terror. And we saw this summer how the citizens of the State of Israel embrace these remarkable decisions. Word began to spread that a lone soldier from Texas was killed in Gaza, and there was concern that few would attend his funeral. I made a call from the Knesset podium asking for people to attend Sean's funeral, but the truth is, the real call came from the Maccabi Haifa soccer team after they heard that Sean was a fan of the team. And that night, as we pulled into the cemetery in Haifa at 11 o'clock at night, 20,000 people came to pay their respects to Sean and to honor his dedication to the Jewish people and to the State of Israel. Just 2 days later, over 30,000 people braved the summer afternoon sun in Jerusalem to attend the funeral of Max Steinberg, a lone soldier from California who was killed in Gaza and had no family living in Israel. Tens of thousands of people came to honor these young men who they never met and knew little about. Why? Because we appreciated the sacrifice which they made for us, and even more importantly, because they reminded us to always ask ourselves the question, what are we doing for our country? What are we doing for our nation? Every single memorial plaque, every single name at this sacred site reminds us to ask ourselves that question. These people, these heroes, they died for the State of Israel, they died for the Jewish people. We who are blessed to remain alive must ask ourselves, what are we doing to live for the State of Israel and to live for the Jewish people? My friends, look at the times that we live in. Look at this forest. Decades ago, this didn't exist. It was a wasteland. It was a marshland. And we live in a time of the fulfillment of prophecies as the land comes to life and the land reflourishes. This is the time when every single person can stand up and say, I'm going to take my part in the greatness that is taking place here. May the memories of these 5 young men, along with the memories of all the heroes honored here, serve as a blessing for all of us. And may we honor their memories by rededicating ourselves to doing our part to improve our state and to improve our nation. May we all be blessed with the new year filled with only happiness, good health, and good news. Thank you.